morning, good morning, good morning.
God morning.
Good morning. I have on my yoga clothes right under this shirt because as soon as I'm done, shoo, onto the yoga mat. Onto the yoga mat, baby. I got to get ready for Thailand. I can't be out in these streets looking crazy. I
I
can't
feel,
do
I feel
Yeah, lots and lots of mountains in Thailand. So yes, being prepared for walking.
and some
Get ready
good
for the mountains, climbing,
for your
all of
shoes.
that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, prepare for it. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready with my yoga, with my water, with my walking, with my breathing, cardiovascular, all of it. All of it.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
right. How y'all? How the Lesters this morning?
Loving
Doing well.
well.
Doing
Loving well.
well.
Doing amazing. Doing
Yes.
amazing. Yeah, I was up till 4. Oh, not till 4 in the morning. I woke up at 4 this morning. I went to bed at like, I don't know, 8 something. No, no, no. My time. Let's see, we met with the authors at 6 a.m. 6. Get your time right, Kaisa. Get your time right.
Good,
Okay.
All
good,
good.
good, good.
Okay. Let me start again. We met with we met with the authors last night who are in the program writing their book for, ACIM, the transformation stories. And we also want you guys' story in it. Did Harmony tell you?
No, she did it.
No, what?
Yes, we want your story in the book if y'all would be so honored to add your story to the book as well. Would y'all?
Of course.
Of course.
Good, because y'all had such amazing transformation. And you'll work for the company. You partnered with Soul Excursions. So we want your
Yes.
story book. So Harmony will connect with you about that for sure. And so this book is all about stories of transformation
Mm.
from 365 days in A Course of Miracles, right? And there are several authors. We're doing this book together. And as we write this book and we're sharing our stories, we're adding value to the books because we want the books to be usable year over year over year. So some of the books are actually in the format. Tell me what you all think of this and tell us, family, in the chat also what you think of this as everyone comes on as we prepare. What do you think of a book that has the stories interspersed between journal pages, and it's 365 journal pages. So every day you notes on lesson one, and you write your notes on lesson one. Let date notes on lesson two, and then like maybe after 20 pages you have a story. Like it's almost like other people are doing the transformation with you, kind of is what the feel that we're going for with that. And it's a whole journal, and it'll be this size. It's going to be 8.5 by 11, just like Spiritual Badassery. And it's going to be, some authors are going to do hardcover, some are going to do soft cover, some are going to do both, because each book is uniquely, its own for each of the authors. Shimoda, you love that idea? Oh, good, good. What do you think? How does it landing on you? Uh,
Absolutely wonderful. I have a journal that I too would write the lessons. I know there are other people in the community that do as well. Write the lesson and then journal about it. Write the lesson, like scripting, write in my sinlessness, today's lesson, write it out and then journal about it. So that's wonderful to have that in there with the stories along for transformation of like, okay, how does this practically apply to my life? Because sometimes the course has its interesting ways of phrasing things. So
Yes.
with the stories, everyday languaging, I think that's going to be amazing. I love it.
you
That's
like
a
that?
really dope
Yeah.
concept. Just to have that part where you can really get the lesson in and really get to take note on it. Because some people can just read and don't really grasp the
Digest
concept
it.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like really taking a pause, write out what you think, and keep moving on. I feel like that's a wonderful idea.
Mm. Because 40% of what we hear, we lose
Yes.
within
Mm,
like 2 to 3 days.
yeah.
So if
Right.
you have that journal and you write it out right there in the moment on that day, then you can always go back and look at it. And then every year you can buy a brand new one. Maybe it'll help you stay on ACIM every day, Because when you see those blank pages in your journal, you're like, okay, I missed 17. I need to go to lesson 17. So it's almost like a silent accountability partner too, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Those blank pages are staring at you, and it's like, oh, skip that. Let me go back.
Blank pages make you feel, how do those blank pages make you feel? They make me feel like a loser. How do they make you?
I don't like blank pages.
Made me feel incomplete. Like
Yeah, it's
I
like,
left something open, and I need
let's-
to go ahead and fill that in.
Yeah.
Which is really good. Was that on my end?
My end, I apologize. Do not disturb.
Okay. That means it's time to start. Would you like to give us a prayer this morning, Kristen? Because yesterday Mr. Lester did a prayer for us, and you all are PKs, you all are preachers' kids. Let's get in there.
All righty. Thank you, Mother, Father God, for another glorious, glorious morning. A day that we get to feel your presence, a day that we get to see the smiles of our brothers and sisters and come into oneness. And as we prepare our minds for reading A Course in Miracles, lesson 341, we ask that you help us and aid us, Holy Spirit, with our mind, that we may be open to receive a new word, that we may be open to really remembering who and whose we are, and that we will come home to truth. In this, I am so grateful and thankful, and Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Lesson 341. Here we go. Janelzia, she likes the idea too.
Yeah.
Yes, those pages are used. They bring life and it's all in one place. Yes, Janelzia, I love it. She said, okay, headed back to Clubhouse. All right, Janelzia. You know that's our party girl, right? You know Janelzia is our party girl.
Yes.
We had the wonderful opportunity meeting her in Cleveland for the Soul Excursions travel party. Like party.
And why did Harmony send me Janelzia's poetry slam? And I was sitting there like this. My mouth was hanging open. Only Janelzia. Only Janelzia. Did you hear that poem? I was like,
oh yeah. We got us a video too. I was like, oh wow.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Talk about mind is blown.
Yeah.
Janelzia will have your jaw drop, okay? That's why I love our peeps.
Yes.
Because, oh my goodness, the gifting, when you see everyone's gifting, everyone's person, you know, the different, not even personality, because everyone has a different personality. When you see the true gifting come out, and you see the sharing, and you see the essential self, capital S self, you see the God self express itself all these different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Mind-blowing.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Janelzia, I want to see you perform that live somewhere. I want to see that on Busboys and Poets. Y'all ever go to Busboys and Poets or ever heard of Busboys and Poets in DC?
No,
Oh
never.
my goodness. I love Busboys and Poets. It's where it's like where you can do poetry. And when I lived in the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia, I used to go to Busboys and Poets like all the time. It's like a super creative place. It came about because like all my DMV people know about Busboys and Poets because it'd be jam-packed up in there. You can't even get in there on a Sunday on brunch.
Wow.
What? And when we had, you love Busboys and Poets. Come on, Marisol. Marisol knows what I'm talking about. Oh, I got the God loves.
Yeah, check that out in DC.
Yeah.
We all got to get the Busboys and Poets in DC. Years ago, when we did Your Book in a Weekend in Washington, DC, this was probably like, oh my God, 2012, somewhere around. This is probably like 10 years ago. We did our Sunday brunch at Busboys and Poets. Look at Shimoda. I love Busboys. I want them to come to Harlem. If they came to Harlem, they would so blow up in Harlem. And I don't know if the owners plan to come to Harlem. They've got like 2 or 3 locations in the DMV and DC. All of them are packed. The vibe is all that. The food is all that. The decor is all that. It's just no place on the planet like Busboys and Poets. So yeah, so the concept came from, so the reason we took our authors there, because we on all our soul excursions, we do experiential stuff, right? We don't just sit in one place all the whole time. We go and we go and experience, we have experiences.
Right. Totally.
So, right. So we were in the room writing our book. So Friday night, it was only a weekend. It was Friday evening, Saturday, and then Sunday. And we were done like Sunday around 2 or something like that. Well, Friday evening, we had our huddle. Saturday morning, we went to the park, nature to spark.
Mhm.
And then we came back and it was just writing all day Saturday, writing Saturday night. It was just writing, right? Because I do with the authors things that help me and things that help other authors, right?
Right.
So nature always helps me and it's super inspiring. And you go in nature, you clear your head, you do a good brisk walk, or you stand by a tree, you talk to a tree, or you roll around on the grass, or you look up at the sky, you're going to get inspired. And then right after that, just go create. There's no kids, there's no people, you don't have to make food, you don't have to do any of that. You're free. And I call it a sequester. And that's how I get a lot of books out of clients. I sequester them. There's no kids, there's no TV, there's no nothing, and we're just in this room, just like you're booking 5 days Bali or you're booking a weekend. The sequester, it's so powerful, right? He did look at Harlem, didn't work out. Gotcha, Shimoda. Thank you so much for that. And so on Sunday, I tell them that we have a special place we're going for your inspiration for Sunday. And so they didn't know where we were going. It was a surprise. So we set Sunday at the retreat. We get up, we do some writing, we tighten up our books, and then for brunch at about like from 12 to 2 or 11 to 2, something like that, we go to Bus Boys and Poets. And they walk in there and they're just like this, like, it's like a mashup of Barnes and Noble, a delicious eatery, a power to the people 60s revolution spot, a peace movement, hippie. It's all of that.
All
Like,
of that.
Oh, that
One.
one.
you see, like I can't even, with vegan dishes too. Oh, they have plenty of vegan dishes.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, plenty of vegan dishes. And they got the grits. Like, and soul food restaurant. You can put soul food restaurant in there too. It's like this big mashup of things that you've never seen before. So because Bus Boys and Poets is just so incredible, and it's all about the artistry, and it's all about creators. They have poetry slams. It's all of that. Ain't it, Shimoda? It's all
Please
that.
check. All right. All of that.
We cannot. I'm gonna contact Bus Boys and Poets after today and say you need to sponsor this video. Send your sister a check because okay, you need to sponsor this video, right? They're not sponsoring this video. Bus Boys and Poets is one of my favorite places on planet Earth. Every time I go to DC, I'm gonna hang out in Bus Boys and Poets. And when I was living in the DMV, and I had my writing haunts, like places where I could go that I knew I could write and just write, and the stuff would just pour out. And I was in the vibe. The vibe is so important when you're creating, right? Y'all are creators, songstresses, and songwriters and producers, right? So I would go to Bus Boys and Poets and I would just sit in that energy and I could just write the most amazing things, and food, and you can stay as long as you want, and it's all of that. Then Danelsia, this is the part, Danelsia, that's for you. At the Bus Boys and Poets in DC, like the original one on U Street, because U Street was like a real funky, creative kind of vibe space in DC. I don't know how it is now. That's how it was. So the whole U Street vibe, it had a lot of clubs. It was just real hip, funky, trendy kind of place. So that's where the original Bus Boys and Poets is. So they have poetry slams, and they also have poetry slams at their other location down near New York Avenue in Washington, D.C. Well, they have poetry slams, and their poetry slams, the haikus, the competitions, their poetry slams are ridiculous. And they used to have them every Tuesday night. And then, sometimes hosted by different poets.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh, them poets would be killing it. Oh, you would be all up in there like this. You know how you do with the poets.
Definitely sounds like a Denelzia spot.
Oh, that's so Denelzia's vibe. I want to see you. You would get a standing ovation, and you would get a standing ovation, Denelzia. You need to get up on that platform in a poetry slam at Busboys and Poets. Get there real early because they sign up. You got to get on the sign up sheet for
Right.
that. You get like 5 minutes or something like that, and kill it. And it is ridiculous. So where did the name Busboys and Poets come from? And then we're going to go into 341. Langston Hughes.
Okay.
Y'all know Langston Hughes, right? One of my favorite poets. I bought my grandkids Langston Hughes's book.
Oh
Oh,
man.
I want the children, the generations to understand Langston Hughes. Like
That's
Langston Hughes, badass, right? So they say that Langston Hughes was working as a waiter. Wow, this is the story of Busboys and Poets. You know how we love stories, right? So Langston Hughes was working as a waiter because he wanted to get his writing out there. So, he was a poet and he was writing and writing and writing. Nobody would publish him. I mean, he's a Black man in like DC South and all that. For Black people, it wasn't like that. Now, New York was different. It wasn't like that in New York because the North was free, right? But you go toward the Mason-Dixon line and south of the Mason-Dixon line, Black people have some issues, right? So Langston Hughes couldn't get his work published until one day he worked as a waiter in this high-end establishment and restaurant. And one day, this group of people came into the restaurant, and one of them was the publisher of books, was a book publisher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Langston Hughes wanted to get next to this man. So while he was serving the man, he slid one of his poems to the man. Now, let me back up a little bit with this story. Langston Hughes, he wasn't even a waiter, he was a busboy.
Okay.
And when the man saw it, he said, "Oh, this busboy is a poet." And Busboys and Poets. Yeah.
Oh snap.
Yeah, it makes you have God bumps because, and now we have Langston Hughes. Like he was writing poetry, no one fucking knew who he was or his name. No. And his words are like golden. Like when you read Langston Hughes, it's like drinking gold.
Wow.
That's what Langston Hughes' poetry is like. Yeah. Have you ever read Langston Hughes? Anybody?
I think I have a long time ago.
Yeah, it was like back in middle school. I did.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll need to go back and read. But the story is phenomenal. It's just like you never know. That's why you stay in your craft, stay in your gifting, and
stay ready.
And preparedness.
Like he had in his back pocket, like, hey, like this is my business card.
You want to publish my poetry? You want to publish my poetry? He was ready.
Wow.
He had his poem with him and slid it to the man. Can you imagine how much belief you have to have in your creative work to give someone? You're a Black person in that area, and they don't even publish Black people, and you gave this to this man who's like one of the quote big wigs in publishing because your stuff is that good.
Yeah.
Never know. Got to stay open. Got to stay ready.
Yes.
Man, that's amazing. That's an amazing story right there.
It really is.
It gives juice to all of us creators because, pardon me, creators, we're so crazy that, pardon me, I need to get some water. We destroy a lot of our work. Right? We're like, oh, delete. Oh, that's not good. Crumble it up.
Throw it away.
But who told you it wasn't good?
You.
That's exactly right. So any story for me that, pardon me, that really celebrates the creator is a story that I'm going to use for myself,
Mhm.
my creative endeavors, and for other creators. Because creators, yeah, art takes a lot from you.
It does.
Yeah.
It demands things of you. It demands truth.
Mhm.
Right.
It demands authenticity to create good art. It
Yes.
demands you pushing past your demons or dancing with your demons.
Mm-hmm.
To put it out, right?
Yep.
It demands a lot. If you're going to be an artist like Beyonce, like Langston Hughes, like Maya Angelou, like
Mhm.
Toni Morrison, created on that level, whoo,
Yeah.
That's God bus level. Ooh, that's a
ain't
whole
it
nother.
though? Yeah. I mean, it's the level that most artists never reach, like a Jay-Z or a Mariah Carey or any poet, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
It's amazing.
Isn't it? I just love it. Today we find out what is a miracle. What is a miracle? And as you can hear, the Lesters are with me in the studio today. And the Lester said that they're going to show up for the rest of the year. I'm so happy for that. On camera, with the exception of Tuesday when they leave to go to Greece. Are you ready? Count down the days.
Yes.
I'm ready. We ready.
Yes. 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 Have a hair appointment today.
Yes.
We're ready.
Got a haircut. Got it. I'm getting all ready.
Yeah. Getting ready.
Are you getting braids? What are you getting?
Oh yeah, we're getting braids.
Oh, both of y'all.
Yes.
Well, twist and braids.
I know that's right. How many days to Greece? 6, 5?
6 now.
6.
Yeah.
6 days.
Woo. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be amazing. All right, what is right? Amazing. What is a miracle? A miracle is a correction.
Mm.
A miracle is a correction. Isn't that beautiful? It does not create nor really change at all. It merely looks on devastation and reminds the mind that what it sees is false. It undoes error, but does not attempt to go beyond perception nor exceed the function of forgiveness. Thus, it stays within time's limits. So a miracle always works within the limits of time. Yet it paves the way for the return of timelessness and love's awakening, for fear must slip away under the gentle remedy it brings. So we're learning that a miracle is a correction. It is a correction. We're also learning that miracles exist in time.
Right.
All right.
Mm.
A miracle contains the gift of grace, for it is given and received as one. And thus it illustrates the law of truth the world does not obey, because it fails entirely to understand its ways. A miracle inverts perception, which was upside down before, and thus it ends the strange distortions that were manifest. So it's correcting what we think we see. It's turning the mind away from devastation and bringing it back to joy. Now is perception open to the truth. Now is forgiveness seen as justified. So we can see how a miracle and forgiveness work together, because a miracle changes how we look at things. It's a correction of how we look at something. If we're corrected in how we look at something, for instance, if we look at a person who was an abusive parent, let's say an alcoholic abusive parent, we've heard that story quite a bit. So this alcoholic abusive parent, we look at them and we see them as a monster. A miracle is a correction, and it's a shift that says, This person is not a monster because they were abused by their abusive alcoholic father. Oh, wow. Then there's a correction that says this person also suffered and is still suffering and didn't do, this is not justification, didn't do what was required to end the suffering like you now can. And so, therefore, the miracle is the change, it's the correction that, oh, this person is not a monster. This person was subjected to the same thing that they're giving, and all they hurt people, hurt people. And so I can look at this different. Wow, I can forgive.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, the course. I know we're not done reading, but just that part right there is, and I think we spoke a little bit about this yesterday. It's like everything is perception. And
Right.
so this line, breaking it down, what it is, what is a miracle? It's simply reminding what the mind sees as false.
Mm,
It's simple.
Yes.
It's not complicated. It's real simple.
mm.
Mir-
Reminds the mind that what it sees is false. Woo! Isn't that so delicious?
Yes.
Yes.
It's reminding me that what I see is false. Correction. That's the miracle. Whoa. Now I can forgive.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, PJ? What's your thoughts?
I mean, it's just the fact that we have to really think about that life doesn't really give us lemons. We look at lemonade. We have to turn those lemons into lemonade. And when we do that, we need to know that no matter what is thrown at us, we got to make it sweet.
Mm.
No matter what it is, we got to make it sweet. Because the universe knows where our heart is and our mind is. And there's nothing else. I like that. I love that. Ooh.
Ooh. Mr. Larson said, no matter what the universe throws, and no matter what is thrown at us, we gotta make it sweet.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. Love that. I love it. I love it. Forgiveness is the home of miracles. So where we find forgiveness, we're going to find miracles.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
The eyes of Christ deliver them to all they look upon in mercy and in love. The eyes of Christ deliver miracles. Perception stands corrected in his sight, and what was meant to curse has come to bless. So that's where the lemon turns into lemonade. That's when our past life experience of something that was hurtful turns into something that is a lesson. Only the eyes of Christ can help us see things differently. Each lily of forgiveness offers all the world the silent miracle of love. The silent miracle of love.
Mm.
And each is laid before the word of God upon the universal altar to creator and creation in the light of perfect purity and endless joy. I love how the Course talks about endless joy. It's always talking about joy. And it doesn't talk about joy like it needs to end. Endless joy, eternal joy, right?
Of course.
At all times. Yes.
365, 7 days a week, 24 hours. It's nonstop joy.
Yes. We don't have to interrupt our joy.
Not at all.
Ooh.
Not at all.
There's something right there, Red. We don't have to interrupt our joy.
It makes you be the master of yourself, because when we interact with a person who has chosen disruption over joy, we don't have to leave our joy to enter disruption with them.
Mic drop.
Like I have this little thing of lotion. Here's my imaginary mic drop. Woo!
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like, how do you times have I done that? Somebody's mad. Oh, I'm what? I'm gonna shut it down. I go very Harlem on that. Why? They're choosing something other than joy. Why do I have to choose something other than joy? Because they chose something other than joy. I can stay in joy. Nothing says I can't stay in joy. Nothing says that, does it?
No. Nothing says that you need to be on a level.
There's nothing that says that you can't stay in joy except the mind. Hence why we're here. An untrained mind can accomplish nothing. So the miracle, bringing our mind back to, oh, okay, all this, the things I thought that I have to nuck if you buck. If I, you go here, I can come up here too, or you go down, I'll come down too. Is remembering that, oh, okay, that's false. I can maintain my joy. I can maintain my peace. I can, as you say, stand on your square and be like firm and no, I choose peace. I choose love. I choose joy. And lovingly, I'm going to hold that space. And what I've seen throughout this year, and there's a lesson that is, when I'm healed, I'm not healed alone. So what practically I've seen with my eyes in conversations with people and family is, I'm going to hold this space. And although you may be in other spaces that are outside of joy, because I'm holding that space, I don't have to say anything about how you're acting. They naturally will, I guess, like an equalizer, level out. So yeah, that's what I've seen actually happen. And so the way that the course puts this part here and what you just said is like, there's nothing that says I have to come out of joy.
Nothing at all.
And isn't that a relief that no matter what happens, you can stay in endless joy? It's a relief for me.
Yeah, mine's coming back to. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say it's like a daily vitamin where you have to realize who you are, and if you don't realize who you are, you go forget that. And I feel like this is an open mind and open reminder to let them know, hey, you know who you are. You know who you're capable of. Don't scoot down to that level. Don't do that. I love it.
Won't the course make you grow all the way up and take 150% responsibility for yourself at all times?
Yes.
Everything we see is a reflection of us.
Even if you're in the airport for 36 hours in India.
I was in India in the airport for 3 days. How is that?
Or losing our bags in Dubai for 5 days.
Losing the bag for 5 days in Dubai. The chronicles of digital people, right? Digital creators, digital nomads, living that nomadic life. Oh, we can write books on that. As a matter of fact, I have a journal that is precisely only this is for my travel lessons. That's exactly what this journal is for. Do you see what I call it? Nomad notes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Man.
That's what this journal is for. And you see it has magic hands all over it. Like magic. This is, and I'm telling you, the things that I can learn in one day on a trip, it's beyond comprehension. And one day I'm going to make these nomad notes into a book.
I was about to say that. I was like,
that sounds like a book.
That would be a really great book for a traveler.
For travelers, like the lessons that come from, like, what was a lesson that came from being in the airport for 36 hours and still trying to choose joy, and maybe I'm not real good at choosing joy when I'm in an airport for 36 hours.
Right. And that it's so funny you say that. I just had this conversation with someone last night in that when we have these experiences, like I'm being honest, I was not at all enjoying. I think I was
trying to choose joy. Joy wasn't on the radar screen. No, the joy has left the building.
No, I was not. And I think I lasted 2 hours out of the 36. And well, maybe towards the end. It got better towards the end. But all things are lessons God would have me learn. That's what I took away from that. It's like, okay. So even though I wasn't in joy, and there are times we're human, that's a part of life, the ebb and the flow, is when we have these situations that arise. And this is where the course comes into play, is practically like, okay, pause. Great. All things are lessons God having. What, like you just said, what is this showing me about myself? And then here's an opportunity for correction. Here's an opportunity for a miracle. Here's an opportunity to forgive. And then remember, I'm creating all of this stuff anyway, so I can come right back to home, which is godlikeness, peace, joy, endless joy is coming back to that. So yeah, I love life, and yeah, travel is a huge teacher.
Very big teacher.
A huge teacher. We're all getting the same lessons, just in different ways.
Which is why we do so many retreats and events, because transformational travel is what we do as soul excursions. And the reason we're going to Thailand is not because, oh, it's my dream to go to Thailand. That's how spirit is getting you to your transformation. It's holding a carrot in front of you that looks like beautiful Thailand. And so, yes, while you'll go to Thailand and eat some amazing food with amazing people and all that, you're going to get your transformation, because spirit puts our transformation in that which has our attention. I'm going to say it. You got it. You got it. What did you hear?
Spirit go ahead. It sounds like you're about to say something.
Go ahead.
Say it one more time, Rev. Say it for me and the people in the back. Say it one more time.
Right? And for the people in the back. And for the people in the back.
For all of us.
Spirit puts our transformation where it has our attention.
So what I'm hearing is, if my attention is on this relationship, that's where my transformation is going to happen. That's where some lessons are going to happen.
That's right.
It's in this business or money or what have you. Okay, there's going to be a lot of lessons there.
That's right.
Travel.
That's where the universe has your attention, so it's just going to feed you. It has to get the lessons to you somehow. Yeah. It's not going to get me the lessons by having a baby at this point in my life, because I'm not having no more kids. But it had my attention when I was pregnant. It had my full attention. And when you're giving birth to a baby, you can't even give attention to what you're doing. It's so overwhelming. And then you push that baby out, and that baby has your full attention. So now that baby just became your spiritual teacher. Don't you love that system?
Yeah.
That system, that my attention's not on that.
So you get lessons for babies. Your attention is not there.
No,
it's not.
But be careful though, right? Be careful. Because I can tell you, babies are the best spiritual teachers on the planet. They will teach you patience. They will teach you endurance. They will teach you calmness. They will teach you how to love. They will teach babies and dogs and cats, like pets. They are some of the best spiritual teachers on the planet. Yeah. Babies are probably the best spiritual teachers on the entire planet, because they will make you so selfless like that. They'll turn anyone into a saint like that. Like, you will instantly become selfless when you have a baby. Like, oh my God, my whole life now is to take care of this person. And I mean, they're really horrible. Aren't babies really horrible? They're horrible. They cry any time. They spit.
All of them.
Not all babies.
No, they're all horrible. I had some.
I guess I haven't experienced that yet, so I guess I get them when they're cool, and then when they start acting up.
Maybe it's because we're like the godparents, like we're the cool.
No, if you have a baby, you know that a baby is horrible.
In the chat, they're saying, my mom is in the chat. What are you talking about? So true.
I think you love them. You appreciate them. You adore them. It's beautiful. Of course, all of that. Me saying babies are horrible doesn't mean I don't love them. I loved my babies more than anything in the entire world. And they were horrible. They were horrible creatures. They cried 80% of the time. They screamed in the middle of the night, and you didn't know what in the world was wrong with them, and you would just be jarred because spirit put the baby decibel cry at such a pitch that you can't
Ignore.
like on a plane with a baby cry and everybody goes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, now that yeah.
Why? So that you wouldn't ignore a baby. You cannot ignore a screaming baby. Why? Because if you ignore a screaming baby, it will die.
Mhm.
It's a survival mechanism. So God put this cry of a baby at a decibel. You can't sleep through it. You can't even eat. Like everybody on the plane is like, please help that baby. Please. Where's the pacifier? Where's the milk? And the parents feel parents feel horrible. They're like, oh, they're trying everything. And you know what I love about all those babies? I learned that's my meditation time. Okay, let me try a meditation. That's what challenges me to go deeper into my meditation. All these babies do the exact same thing. As soon as we get off the flight, they sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody walks past the baby like, oh. And
No,
it's out there. Don't go. We go to sleep. But they were in pain. Their probably little ears were hurting. They were in pain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they get off the plane, they're like, oh, I'm exhausted. I cried for 12 hours. And everybody else is like bags under their eyes. Oh. So a baby is horrible. Doesn't mean we don't love them. We love them tremendously. They scream ridiculously. They have a pain and they cannot communicate to you what the pain is. You have to triage. Is it a stomach ache? Is it a this? Are you cold? Are you hot? Are you hungry? Are you poopy? You open the diaper and poop all over you and smile. I mean, it's horrible. How much baby poop have I had on me? More than that's horrible. Why do you want baby poop all over you? Every parent knows you have baby poop on you. Every parent knows they throw up on you and they drink, and then you pet them and they just go, blah, and they just throw up all over you. Like, who does that?
You're solidifying and helping to prolong this baby fever all the way. Like,
do everything you want to do before you get that little spiritual teacher. That's why parents look so oblivious, because the baby peed on them, spit up on them, cried all night, pooped on them. They're just oblivious. Babies are horrible. And they're super cute and super adorable. 80% of what babies do is very horrible. So when you consider that, they're the best spiritual teachers on the planet, because 80% of the time, a baby is doing something undesirable. All they can do in the first 3 months is cry, poop, spit up, eat every 10 seconds. Their belly is the size of a walnut. So they drink, and 2 hours later, what can you do? Where can you go? So they're the best spiritual teachers on the planet.
They are
Really good spiritual teachers. And they have your full attention. So therefore, Spirit is going to show you all the ways you're impatient, selfish, unkind, mean, can't be bothered, overwhelmed, insecure, like something's going to happen to the baby. I used to clutch one of my babies, Gaia. I clutched her so much because I had an irrational fear that someone was going to come and put her in the microwave and turn it on, because I had a dream. I mean, this is crazy mom shit. This is batshit craziness. Okay. And I just had her clutched to me like, oh, like, who the hell is going to come and break into your house, go get your baby and put your baby in the microwave? Like, that has never happened in the history of humanity. It's never happened, literally. But that doesn't stop a mom from being crazy. You see? So we bring up all these irrational fears. So what does this have to do with the course? That these are all mistaken perceptions. And the miracle is that you shift your perception, and a baby helps you to do that because your attention is all your attention is on this little person. Or if you are new in a love relationship, all your attention, or even not new, really deep into a beautiful love partnership, all your attention is on this person. If you're growing a business and you're super, growing your business to multi seven figures, eight figures, nine figures, and beyond, multiple nine figures, 10 figures, all that, triple comma club, your attention, pardon me, like a Jeff Bezos or someone like that, your attention is on that. So that's where all your transformation, the universe is not dumb. It's not going to feed Jeff Bezos transformation through a baby. It would never get the job done because Jeff Bezos is not staying home taking care of babies all day. Yeah, this mom might be. And this mom and Jeff Bezos are both getting the same lessons in love, just in a different way.
Yeah.
And they're equally as challenging for wherever their consciousness is. And Jeff Bezos is no better than the mom that stays home. They're simply different. Matter of fact, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world.
Yeah.
Right? So all these transformations that we are having, we can expect miracles where our attention is.
Yeah.
Miracles fall like drops of healing rain from heaven on a dry and dusty world where starved and thirsty creatures come to die. Isn't the chorus so poetic sometimes? It's just so funny. The chorus is poetic. And it's describing something so vivid in your mind, like miracles fall like drops of healing rain from heaven on a dry and dusty world where starved and thirsty creatures come to die. I'm like, you can put that in a movie.
Really could.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Now they have water. Now the world is green. And everywhere the signs of life spring up to show that what is born can never die. For what has life has immortality. What has life has immortality. Is that incredible? What is born can never die.
Never.
You can't die.
Yeah.
Life is immortal.
I was gonna say, I don't know why this part reminds me of Wall-E. I don't know if you've seen Wall-E.
I remember that. My kids made me take them to see that.
It was Wall-E. If people haven't seen Wall-E, the concept of the movie was about we had left the world trashed and we lived in space. And Wall-E was one of the robots that cleaned the earth. Long story short, Wall-E came across this plant that was growing on Earth with all this trash and debris everywhere. And he was able to care for it and bring it to space. They saw that it was still life being born on Earth. So they went all the way back to Earth to bring life back to that dusty old world that they had left behind and brought life to it. And I like how it says in the chorus that in everywhere that sign life brings up, it shows that it is born and can never die. And for what has life is immortality.
Bam.
I'm looking at the chat. Wow, what is born can never die. Wow, wow, wow.
Of course.
Yes, girl, yeah. Yeah.
And I'm definitely going to that donate button today. I'm definitely going there today. I'm just opening that tab so that when we complete the course today, I can go ahead and give my gift. All right. And I would absolutely offer everyone who uses the course, send a gift to the course. Send a gift to the course. Here is lesson 341.
Oh, we haven't even gotten to 341. This is the appetizer.
I swear.
This is just the appetizer.
Main course.
This is our 13th definition. We have what is forgiveness, what is sin, what is the real world, what is Christ, what is a miracle, what is the Holy Spirit. How we have all those? Well, that one is what is a miracle, right? Because we're in a course in miracles, which means we're in a course in corrections.
Right.
Yeah.
And I love how the course always keeps us in the realm of perfection, harmony, beauty, oneness. And if you do something, if you go left, it's a mistake, not sin, and it only warrants a correction.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And if you are open to correction, you'll have far more miracles than people who are not open to correction. Let's say that again. If you're open to correction, you will experience far more miracles than people who are not open to correction. I invite correction. Like,
Yeah.
hey guys, does this look good? If it has a mistake, tell me. Hey guys, is this okay? If not, tell me. Ask for correction. Did I say that okay? Am I being clear here? Am I no, yes? Give me some feedback. What are you hearing? Tell me, how can I make this better? Invite correction. Because the people that have correction have miracles.
Yes.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
You know how we don't like correction because it doesn't feel good? But how,
Mhm.
right? But how are we
Right.
going to get better if no one ever corrected us?
We never would.
Never would.
We just keep doing the same crazy shit over and over again. It doesn't work. Kristen, you want to read the lesson for today? I handle what is miracles. I'm just going to sit here and listen now. You want to do
Yeah. Okay. Now we're on to the first main course.
That was an appetizer, and we're already full.
Whew, okay. So lesson 341, I can attack but my own sinlessness. I can attack but my own sinlessness, and it is only that which keeps me safe. Father, your Son is holy. I am he on whom you smile in love and tenderness, so dear and deep, and still the universe smiles back on you and shares your holiness.
Mm.
How pure, how safe, how holy, then are we abiding in your smile, with all your love bestowed upon us, living one with you in brotherhood and fatherhood complete. In sinlessness so perfect that the Lord of sinlessness conceives us as his son, a universe of thought completing him.
Ooh, you are a universe of thought. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let us not then attack our sinlessness, for it contains the word of God to us, and in its kind reflection, we are saved.
Woo!
One more time. One time. One time. Let us not then attack our sinlessness, for it contains the word of God to us. Let us not then attack our sinlessness, for it contains the word of God to us. And in its kind reflection, we are saved. Whew.
So the only thing I ever attack is my sinlessness. But my sinlessness is the only thing keeping me safe. That's so deep, it is ridiculous.
You know those moments in the Bible that it says Selah or Selah?
Yes.
One of those moments.
Yeah,
this is one of those moments.
Hallelujah. Hotep. Or like they do and when they're bringing the stones into the sweat lodge, aho. That's what the native people say, right? Aho.
Aho.
Aho. And the witches say, so mote it be.
Mm.
And the Islamic people say, Ameen. And the Christians say, Amen.
Amen.
Like we all got that word. I can attack, but my own sinlessness. That means you never attack a person. Pardon me. The only thing you can attack is your own sinlessness. That is so freaking deep. And it is only that which keeps me safe. Only my sinlessness is keeping me safe. So why would I attack the thing that's keeping me safe? My holiness is my savior, salvation, protection, holiness, because people who are holy don't have guilt and they're not inviting anything bad to happen to them. If you were just walking around holiness, you would never have anything bad happen to you ever again for the rest of your life.
None.
If you were to right now accept your holiness and complete sinlessness. That's why we have the course, because after being so conditioned in Christianity and into your inherent sinlessness, but sinfulness, look at me, I'm still talking course, sinlessness, right? That they made that up. They made up the doctrine of, what do they call it? Sin, the sin that is like you're born with it. What do they call that again? The doctrine of, there's a name for it. What's the name? Put
yeah,
it
yeah. It was like, yeah, if it's in the chat, I know the teaching is that, you know, we're born in a world full of sin, we're born sinful,
sinners,
and we're evil and we're bad and all of these things, where in some ways, like, it's all perspective, right?
Yeah.
And sin means to miss the mark. And I can attack, but my own sinlessness, like you're saying, is it's not necessarily about the things that you've done. It's perception. And going back to what we read a moment ago, it's just correction and not putting inherent sin. Okay, God's God and Girl put in the chat, inherent sin. Is that what you're referring to?
It's something like that. It's an actual name of a doctrine. And the church teaches it. Well, first the Roman Catholic Church taught it, and then the Protestant Reformation, the Protestants stuck it on too. Something like it means that you're inherently sinful, that you were born in sin, you are devoid of grace, you are out of God, and you need a savior. What's the name of that doctrine again?
It'll come to me.
Yeah.
You can Google. There we go.
And, well, I'm going to say in the Bible.
Original sin.
That's it. Original sin. That's it.
Original sin.
Yeah, the doctrine of original sin. It's no such thing. It's totally made up. It's no such thing. It's a lie. Yet we believe it. Original sin. Thank you so much. And to be a lady said, hey, Martiology.
Hamartiology. I have to look that one. Okay,
Hey,
hamartiology.
Martiology. I've never heard that before. To be lady, what is that? To be a lady, what is that? Does it have to do with what is that? I never heard of it before. Original sin. Thank you, Tina. That's it. Exactly. That is it exactly. Hold on. That was our old chimes for our Soul Excursions team call at 8 a.m. Eastern. Now it's at 9 a.m. Eastern. Original sin. Thank you so much, Tina. That is it. Original sin. So if you were born and bred on original sin, and you think there's something wrong with you, and you think you need a savior, and you think you're going to hell, you believe in damnation, you believe in God cursed you, you believe in you're separate from God's grace, you believe you're separate from God, God's up there, we're down here. All that gets disbanded with the course. What'd you say?
Yeah.
We'll say that.
And when you were saying that, it just brought me back to a lot of the indoctrination that I've been working through, and with the courses helped me to shift that perception. Is like, man, how could I ever, I can't speak for anyone else. How could I ever live a life of endless joy with this constant fear that's going on of, oh, I'm so bad. I need to constantly, as I think, I don't remember exactly where, but there are monks that will whip and lash themselves on the back, that there's this constant, I gotta beat myself. And that's something that the course I love And even in that, there's still lessons from that perception, if that's what people choose to look at. For myself, I do not. Of course, I want my lessons in love, in joy, in peace. Yeah, to look at, there are things, it's simply of the mind's view of these things appearing, these things that I see are false, and bringing it back to truth. And that's it. That's all. There's nothing inherently wrong about me. There's nothing inherently wrong about that. Such is life. I think the purpose of why we're here is to return back to that truth, remembering.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how you said, and that's it, with no drama, because sometimes, and no emotion. Because sometimes, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I feel so bad. Like, I'm one of these kind of people that if I don't do something in the way I kind of should have, the inner critic or the judge will come up and be like, oh, I should have done that a little differently. It's like, ooh, this is guilt, not endless joy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
This is guilt, not endless joy. And I choose endless joy.
Yeah.
Right? And then we just get to forgive the guilt. We just forgive it. Like, okay, thank you, guilt. Bye. I'm in the endless joy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doesn't that feel so much better?
It feels a whole lot better.
I choose love today.
Yeah.
Is that what you're choosing today?
Choose love today.
What are you choosing, Kristen?
Endless joy. Endless joy.
What are you choosing, Rev?
Yeah.
Endless joy. Sounds good to me. Give me a plate of endless joy. Hey, I might around the endless joy for everybody in the bar.
Hey.
You get endless joy.
Endless joy. Endless joy. You get endless joy. You get endless joy. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm choosing. Right?
Yes.
Love, endless joy.
Yes.
Period. End of story. No matter what other people are choosing. Right? And now that we all chose endless joy and love, we do know that as soon as we go into our life today, we'll get an invitation into something that's not endless joy. The universe is like, you sure? Can you stay in endless joy, even with this?
Wait, there's more.
We just want to solidify your buying decision here. Are you sure? Are you sure you want endless joy?
Are you sure?
Want to make sure.
Oh man.
Because the universe is helping us choose endless joy no matter what happens out here. You said this morning you were choosing endless joy. Oh, yeah, right. Because that's right. We'll see. Yeah. It's easy to say it now.
Yes.
Sitting here, right? Amongst all of us ascended beings. We're very ascended. It's first thing in the morning. We prayed. We're feeling good about ourselves. We are, of course, in miracles. Okay, let your kids come in. Let 3 o'clock come and your boo say something crazy. Let's see. Let's see tonight when you go to bed and you punching that pillow. Let's see. Is that endless joy? Are you still choosing endless joy? Or did you change your mind at 3:02 p.m.? I ain't choosing endless joy no more. You know how you go to bed punching a pillow? You're all mad, trying to get, how are you going to get situated for a restful night's sleep when you're mad? You can't do it.
No.
And it is something that reminds us at that very point. I thought you chose endless joy. Oh, I thought you chose it too. Wow.
Oh gosh.
Oh man. Rev, I think you're frozen on our end.
The live stream went out on that one. The live stream
Okay.
went
All this energy is like, are y'all sure? Are y'all sure?
Are you choosing endless joy even when the live stream goes out? Live stream right away. I'm choosing frustration. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I get it, universe. I'm supposed to be in endless joy right now, even if the live stream goes out. Yeah. Okay. Oh,
And this is One thing I want to say about this, and with the course, it kind of has shifted towards the end. In the beginning of this year, it had us throughout the day multiple times, like 20 times a day. When I'm healed, I'm not healed alone. I don't understand what I'm seeing in front of me. That. And so same with this lesson, the endless joy, or I forgot it that quick. I'll have to go back to it. The first line about sinlessness is to have that going throughout the day. So it makes it a little bit, that's for me, what's helped is like makes it a little bit easier when those situations come up. It's like, oh, I'm already, I know it's going to happen. So I'm prepared for it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's something so powerful that we're invited into is like, okay, we know that we're going to be tested. So are you going to be prepared? Are you, in Bible terms, are you going to put on your armor? Are you ready? Like, are you ready for the day? Hence why we're here. So here's our daily reminder, daily dose of, okay, I'm ready. I'm choosing endless joy. And then just repeat that throughout the day.
And throughout the day, I have to choose it again.
Again and again and again.
And again. And somebody say something, do you know how quick it is? You know how easy endless joy, like, whoa.
Yeah.
Then I got to reel myself back to the endless joy.
Yep. I too had that last night. So yeah, I was like, okay, I'm ready today. I'm ready today.
Universe, I'm good. I'm good today, universe. All right, let's see, because the universe is seeking to make you a master. The universe is not punishing us.
Right.
It's not tricking us.
It's a teacher.
Oh. All things are lessons God would have me learn. Kristen, that line has saved me from so much foolery, and foolishness. All things are lessons God would have me learn. Okay. Yeah. I remember I was in Greece, Athens, and I was just taking pictures of things, and I was at the big, Acropolis in the Parthenon in Athens. And it's just so amazing. And I had been on this incredible tour. And when we go to Athens, we're going to do the Whisper Tour. So the Whisper Tour is where they give you the earbuds to put in your ear, like headphones. It doesn't look like big headphones. It just look like these little, things that you just put on, the little ears. And then your guide has a microphone right like around their neck, and they're just speaking right into the microphone. And so it could be a group of 30 of us, and we can all hear him. He doesn't have to yell like, hey, and this is because we're on the busy streets of Athens, right? So when he's talking, you can hear right in your ear what he's saying. He's speaking in a regular tone, just like now. So it's called a Whisper Tour. So those are the kind of tours that we're going to be taking, that we're going on a Whisper Tour when we go to Greece, and we're in Athens, and we're going to go to the Parthenon. So we're going to see the Temple of Athena, the Temple of Dionysus. We're going to see all of that, right? Well, I'm on the tour, I'm loving life. Now I use my phone navigation to walk to the tour, because you know how I love walking. So I'm just walking. It's like 2.8 miles. I was like, 2.8 miles, that ain't nothing. Okay, come on, let's walk it, right? So I'm walking and I'm looking at Athens. I'm just going through the streets. It's incredible. Like the blue, Greece has a color, and it is blue. So when we go to Greece, I'm gonna be blue. I got a new pair of earrings the other day for Harmony's birthday party. I was like, there's the blue earrings for Harmony's birthday party in Greece. Like, the perfect earrings came to me. So I'm walking, and I'm using my phone for navigation. So, navigation takes up a lot of power on your phone. Now, my phone was completely powered up when I left. I'm walking, don't know where I'm going, walking, looking at all the sites, stores. I mean, so amazing. Passing the food in Greece is ridiculous. Like the street vendors with like 20 different kinds of olives, like this kind of olive, that kind of olive, that kind of olive, if you love olives, you're going to be in olive oil, you're going to be in a whole new land of heaven in Greece. If you're an olive person, you're going to be in heaven in Greece. Even if you're not an olive person, if you're a food person, if you're a foodie, you're going to be in heaven in Greece.
That's right.
You're all about to be there next week, less than 1 week. Just tell us about the food. Just tell us about the food, okay? You know? And it's super not expensive. That's what I love about Greece and Italy. I was getting lattes for like 75 cents, $1, $1.25. Pastries, the same Italian pastry shop that's in Miami, that's $7 for a pastry, is in actual Italy, $1 for the same pastry. Like literally. I'm like, Miami, what gives? Like, why is it just expensive on purpose? Like Miami is like, we're just expensive because we want to be. We don't have any reason to be this expensive. But it's $17 for this acai bowl. Why? Because it's Miami and because we're cute. Okay, Miami. That's how Miami is, isn't it? Because we're cute. Don't you see how cute we are? And we have cute dogs. And we have cute clothes. You ever walk around Miami like in the morning time? Like everybody looks just so cute. You know? Cute little yoga clothes.
Yeah.
Muscle boots. Like everybody's cute. So and everything's expensive.
Oh yeah.
Right? So it's just not like that in Italy. Italy is like buongiorno, and you walk in and you eat these. You one thing I was not expecting in Italy that was freaking amazing is that you're not going to get a paper cup for your latte. You don't see a lot of waste in a lot of other countries because Italy is very beautiful, has a lot of greenery, especially Florence. Even when you go to like a fast moving place, they're going to give you an actual cup with an actual saucer to drink your latte. And what they have is a counter. And people just stand at the counter and drink their latte and go. Like they don't give me the cup of coffee and then walk away with the cup of coffee. You know what I mean? They're more standing there and they're, pardon me, buongiorno, buongiorno, and you're drinking your coffee with your other people, which is really beautiful. It's like a community camaraderie kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so you go into the pastry shop and everybody's just standing around drinking coffee. Or they might be standing around drinking wine too, it depends, right? And so when I was in Italy, I was not prepared for the level of how delicious those Italian pastries were and that cheap. And I made I think it was a story on my YouTube channel. And I showed the pastries that I got from this one particular place. It was like $1 and $1.25 or something like that. And the latte was like $1.25. It was like $3, $4 for the whole breakfast. And I said, or euro, because they don't use dollars, they use euros. I said, if someone does not get me out of Italy, they will have to roll me out of here because I literally cannot stop eating these Italian pastries. You just roll me out like 2 months later. 500 pounds. Just roll her down the runway to the plane. Those pastries. Okay, stop. I could not stop. I was like, Italy, I love you a little too much, Italy.
Well, they don't have all the additives and stuff in there. Nope. It's the same in Copenhagen. They eat a ton of bread, like
tons of bread
all year, and they're super
big. They're not that.
Yeah,
nope. Just like French people, they eat nothing but bread.
Yeah,
that's how I knew the whole carbs thing was a lie. They made that shit up. It's not true. Carbs make you fat. No, they don't. No, they don't. There's one thing that makes you fat, your mind, and that's it. When I see that my mind is putting on too many pounds on me, I start going and telling my mind, do something different. And then I start moving my body in accord with what I told my mind to do. And then it changes, right? We all know this, right? So Italy, Greece, all of those places, they are so beyond what we have ever experienced that it's a true transformation. You're going to love Greece.
Yeah.
All right. And it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Are we still choosing endless joy? Yes.
Of course.
Joy.
Even with the dog in the background. Even with the dog in the background, we're choosing joy.
I got to tell you something. It made it up. You may hear dogs in my background from time to time because sometimes the dogs in my neighborhood, they start a chorus. Ruff, 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 ruff. They do rounds. They do. One starts and then they all go. Ruff, 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 ruff. I think they're having a dog conversation. I don't know. Ruff, 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 ruff. I think they're saying, did your owner feed you? Yeah, I only got a bone today. Well, what did you get? I got some puppy chow. I don't know what they're talking about. They're talking.
It reminds me when you're doing your singing challenge and all them birds.
It's like, all right, humans, it's time for y'all to wake up. Wake up.
Sound like car alarms. I'm like, whoa.
Ooh, it's like, okay, still choose endless joy.
Still choosing endless joy.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
One time I was in Bali and there was this rooster because you know there's a lot of chickens all over different places. There's chickens everywhere. Like they're all over the world. Monkeys and chickens and all that. They're all over. There was this rooster not that far from where I was staying in my villa in Bali. This rooster cockle-doodle-doo throughout the whole day. And that's when I knew roosters don't just cockle-doodle-doo at no 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. No, they don't. All day. I was like, Lord Jesus, that rooster. Is somebody ready to have roasted chicken tonight? Because that rooster.
Be ready.
I couldn't take it.
Oh my god.
Like on the plate,
Dang.
teacher. Here's another teacher.
You're still choosing endless joy with this rooster going all day and you're trying to write your book. Hey, rooster. I have to make friends with the rooster. Or I have to teach myself to go into a meditation with the rooster, right? Because what they say is that when you hear these kinds of sounds, train yourself to go deeper into meditative states. Let them be triggers for you to go deeper into meditative states within yourself when you hear these sounds that can be whatever the sounds are.
Right.
Because the universe is not going to stop for me.
Right.
The rooster's still going to crow. The dogs are going to bark. The cats are going to meow. The birds are going to sing. And it's really a symphony, right? And I get to be with it all. All right. We love you. We love you.
Peace.
Love you. Peace. Peace, peace, peace. See you tomorrow.